On Soundwave 884 here. In this video review, take a look at Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Skydive, Aerial Bot Skydive, and one of the remaining members I need to help put Superion together, not the final one. He's coming up next. Skydive here, we can see the box art, Superion art. Back 17 steps to get you all the way around, and he is number 5 of 5. Firefly was the last one I obtained, so he's going to be the last one I review, and he is 4 of 5. This is Skydive. He reuses a lot of air raids parts to make the actual figure. He's just a retooling of air raids. So we'll take a look at the figure. Here's Skydive. Take a look at the figure. Nice head sculpt. Get the orange. I think his eyes are very squinty. They are blue, and it's just very hard to see because they're very squinty. But yeah, if you have air raid, you know what the robot mode is like. The jet mode is a lot different though. Turn the back side here. You don't get the same hollow spots you got from air raid, inner thighs, and the inner side of the arms. Kind of loose thigh swivel on my figure here. My copy wants to spin around pretty freely. Poses well. You see, just the other figures. Very similar. Get two blasters that are different than what we got with Air Raid. But everything just goes on the back. Very kibbly because you got so much of the jet just hanging off the back of the figure. The guns and this little tail fin here were inside the tissue paper. Just make sure you don't lose those there. And that just pegs onto the back of his leg. Go ahead and do the articulation real fast. You're going to get the 360 on the waist swivel. Arms go out a little more than a T pose. You can 360s around, but you're going to hit the wings, so it's going to get a little hard. You got to go a little bit to the side. Let's put the wings back and get the arm around. 90 degrees, a little more than 90 on the elbow bend. Get your bicep swivels. No wrist swivels, they just flop out. Head, there's no wiggle waggle. Slight if you really want to force it. 360 all the way around. There's a slight little like tip up and down. There's not much there. It's a little rock. Good kick forward, kick back. You're going to get pretty good. But you're going to hit the wings. His wing is poking my fingers. You can see it right there. We get the thigh swivels. You can do a full split. You can almost 90 degree the knee bend, and you get ankle tilts for days. So that's your articulation here on Skydive. Get him to situate. Now my air raid is part of Superion. I do have another one, but he's in a box and I haven't taken him out yet. But we can see the pieces that he reuses. We got the same legs. You can see a little piece sticks out there. Says the paint is different and the colors are plastic. Same thighs, same hips. We get the same crotch. We get the same chest. Now they did fill in one booby. Right here they put a piece in with the Autobot insignia, whereas he has the two open. He only has the one open. That one it got filled in. We have the same arms. You can see the little indentation and everything there. See right there. And of course we got a new head sculpt here. Then we get an all new jet mode on the back of the figure. You'll see the jet mode is different. The wings are different. He has two, where he only has one here in the back. If they reuse anything on the jet mode, it's probably the back wings. Like I said, I'll look more at that in a minute. My other air raid is part of Superion at the moment. Alright, we see Skydive's back wing right here. And it is exactly the same what we got on air raid. See, there's airwades, and there is Skydives. So they did reuse that back wing piece, but you see here the back of the jet, the nose cone, back part of the legs, all that's totally different. And also, like I said, we got the different blasters as well. Now I would say his guns are blast effect compatible, but I put this on there, and he just goes a little limp. I think he needs a little bit of Viagra, some Blue Chew, Hims. Yeah, he just can't keep it up. Alright, transformation. He's going to transform like the other Aerobot so far. We're just going to fold his hands in, start off that way. 180 his head around. And then we're going to bring his wings out. If you bring them back, there are tabs and slots that will hold the wings in place on his back like that. So bring those out. This is on a hinge. We want to work that up. comes around, slots, tabs, locks that right into place. We're going to work down here on the legs. We're going to bring this piece up. I'm going to fold this in. You see a slot, there's a tab on the back of the foot there. It's going to lock that in. Same on that one. For that, we're going to take these. You see the little slots here. Just get the little tabs on those legs. This will go up to that. Tabs in on the thighs. And then these are going to come up and over. And then it's going to come down and meet this. And it's going to tab with it. You got to get this around that part. You also tab together. But sometimes when you try to move them, they can come untabbed. You can see here how they're going to tab together here and go into slots there. So get it over that part. And so I'm going to go here, tab that together, bring that tabs right there. Make sure it connects with that. On the feet, the arms, they have this little round slot or circle on the peg. I'm just going to peg that on. Both arms. Now the arms have these little tabs. And there's little one to catch right there on the wings. When you fold the wings down, it just catches on that tab. Fold these wings down. And you have transformed him into jet mode. He does have molded in wheels here, just like Air Raid. And he's got right here in the chest piece, just like on Air Raid. He's got his landing gear here. That pulls out. None of the wheels actually spin. It's just molded in plastic. Take his dual guns and put them underneath the wings. Like that. And transformed Skydive into jet mode. Let's see if blast effects will actually stay on the back. They will, so you can blast effect the thrusters. So that works. Jet mode, I really do like it. Get the black cockpit here. Get the lightning like bolts on the wings. Back tail fin. Not bad. He looks good. He was always one of my favorite of the actual Aerobots back in G1 of the figures from then. I think it's just the color scheme, the black with the reds and all that. I'll go ahead and bring in Firefly. He's the next one to review. Next to Skydive here. And he does have his down as well. He just sits lower to the ground. So these are the last two I needed to complete Superion. He's going to be my next review. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take Skydive and we're going to put him here onto the other back leg of Superion. So my Superion here is ready to receive. I'm going to fold wings back. So we got to take this whole section back, peg it back into his back. You're sort of half transforming him back to his other way. Take the wings, put them on those tabs like this. And what he's going to do is he's going to go into the leg here. As he goes into the leg, he's going to end up pushing this piece, which is going to close these little doors, which is then going to make the front of the shin and give it a somewhat cartoon accurate look. I need to close that down. He's got these slots in his arms. He's going to go on these tabs here. These round pegs here are going to go down here. So it's a kind of a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, and you got to take his head, and the head goes back like that. Take this nose cone piece, it's going to come down here and recess right there. So that's how that's going to go around him. So now it's just getting it into those slots and getting the doors to push closed. So try to push the bottom peg pieces in. Fold up the back tail fins too, wings. I'll help. Then we want to push that in. Now get his arms up there. I need to push, push, push. Don't fall over Superion. Seriously. So we pushed him in. We got the legs closed. We got Superion made on the leg part. Of course, he's pretty much already built. Just out of Silverbolt. The actual leg pieces, they go on. They're pretty much just for like cosmetic purposes, you know. You can see I got my height extenders on here as well. giving my Superion an extra inch of height to make them comparable to Studio Series 86 Devastator. So that is Superion with Skydive added. The only problem is they really jut out there on the back part, so you know it really hinders how far back you can put them on shelves without bumping other things. So that's my biggest complaint here with the skeleton for our Superion. Also the sheer fact that these were different colors in the cartoon. I mean, why couldn't they just do that? Overall, Skydive, some of the combiners, while they are nice, they do feel like just retools. They're just retools of other versions of the previous releases. These two guys here, just retools of each other. New parts made for the jet modes, new heads. New colors of plastic, new paint. And we're going to see the same thing happen here with Fireflight versus a Slingshot. So that is my Skydive review. I really do like this figure. I know people don't like the skeleton system fully on this guy. They like the old school stuff. Old school stuff. But we already got Combiner Wars Superion. So if you like the old school way of just hooking them on, we have that. So it's something, they're trying something different, and I applaud that. So it's not always the same thing every time. They have transformed the way they make their combiners. At least they're trying something new. And they do make more stable combiners this way, as opposed to the Combiner Wars, which are very floppy, and some even with upgrades are still very floppy. I just feel for the price we're paying overall for this to get this guy completed, like they could have done a few different things with it, and I'll talk more about that in the final review when I add Fireflight to my Superion. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while. If you're watching this out of the blue later on, years down the road, like, what are you talking about? But if you follow my channel on the regular, you'll notice that I have actually gone by almost 2 weeks without making a video. That's because I've picked up another job. I have not had a day off in 2 weeks. I'm very tired, and that's one reason why I'm screwing up here as late. Well, it's not really late, but I'm just tired. I'm overworked, underpaid. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next one. Peace out.